Hi, welcome to my video blog. I'm going to be researching and walking you through an online experience. And I've chosen to review MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art. So we're just going to go ahead and click on here. And I chose to do this museum because I actually used a piece of art from the Museum of Modern Art to do my earlier assignment on Picasso. So as we can see the information behind the Museum of Modern Art. We have home, explore, nearby, profile, search, and sign in. So what are the pros and cons of visiting a museum online versus in person? Well, personally, I'm an advocate for in-person experiences with artwork. I'm a huge fan of oil on canvas. And you really just don't get that one-on-one experience when you're looking at beautiful works of art online. You don't get to see the defined lines that fall in between the chunks of oil. So we're going to go ahead and go to Explore and see what we can find. And we're just going to hit OK. And so we can see that there's an ease to the access of how much information we can access online, where when you're at a physical museum, you have to take the time to walk in between each and every exhibition. But for me, that's the fun of it. You get this, like I said, one-on-one experience of getting to see the true nature of each artwork. So we're going to go ahead and start at Art Camera. So the comparison for looking at a museum online versus in the actual physical space is the fact that we can quickly go through and find what we're looking for. We can see from mural, photography, textile, mosaic, drawing. So I feel like we have more access to different genres and eras that we can access in a short amount of time, which is a positive thing when you're in school and you need to quickly research and write assignments about a particular, say, artist or genre or an art piece itself, where you can go up here and we'll just say, for an example, we're going to go to, where did it go? Okay, I want to go to oil on art movements. Okay, so let's check this out. I'm a huge fan of Vincent van Gogh. Oh, see this. Surrealism, love it. And look at, these are all in the surrealism genre. And it'll give you like Surrealism 1920, International and Intellectual Movement, which was centered mainly in Paris and occupied with the problems of thought and expression in all their forms. Where really, if you're at a physical art museum, most museums have exhibitions that fall into the same category or genre. But right here, I just moved through that in under a minute. But again, for me, I love to go to museums. I love to become one with the artwork. I can give the example of about a month ago, I went to the Huntington Museum out in LA, and to get to experience Pinky and Blue Boy in person was so exciting for me. You know, I could see every little bump in the white that made up the lace on Pinky's bonnet and her dress. And it was so exciting because you could envision the artist putting those dabs of white paint to make the lace. And you don't really get to see that if you're doing an online experience. It's a very flat image. Um, and so that's why I like the experience of being in person and being in the actual physical space of each artwork. And what was also exciting when I went to the Huntington was that the Blue Boy was actually under not reconstruction, but they were working on him, and there was X-ray images that were done of the portrait, and underneath what you could physically see on the surface was actually an image of a dog that nobody knew was actually underneath that secondary layer of oil paint. And so you get to experience things and learn things that you wouldn't necessarily get to find so much enjoyment for if you were only online. So how can a tool such as this be used in the classroom? Again, you can quickly scroll through information, historical facts of particular genres, eras, museums. So say we had an assignment for some art that was at the Louvre. Well, we can't go on a field trip to the Louvre. So to have the online experience quick and at your fingertips is very helpful, especially when considering a classroom setting. How does it make the world smaller? Well, for me, if you only get stuck in finding the information quick online and leaving it at that, then you don't get to experience the world that's, you know, outside your front door, especially when we have online classes. Like right now, I'm sitting in my bedroom and I'm looking at all these amazing works of art online. So I try to get out and go to museums at least once a month for myself and with my kids and my mom. But at the same time, it makes the world much broader to have it on the internet as well, because we're able to, like, I'll use the Louvre again as an example. I get to visit museums that I may never have an opportunity to in my lifetime to see, but I can access it right here in the comfort of my home. Now, as far as the ease of use, the quantity and quality of information, yeah, there's a wealth of information. I can go to Street View, right? So let's see, tour famous sites and landmarks. So here I can go to the Taj Mahal. And this is the Street View. Let's see if I can back it up. Now, I'm not sure how this works. Oh, we're moving in. And if we back it up, but see, I want to do a street search of the MoMA. Let's see if it's going to pull it up. No, it's not. Let's see. Street View. Yeah, no. So again, see, there's where we hit little bumps in the road, right? Is you want to utilize something that appears to only be for certain museums, possibly. So I can see how the Street View technology is useful, but at the same time, it kind of takes away from the personal experience of getting to see it for yourself. Does seeing an artwork in the context of its physical display change the experience? Absolutely. With the examples that I gave earlier, like if we go back, actually, I want to find Starry Night. So I'm going to look in Art Camera and see if we can find Starry Night. Okay, let's try search. because we know that Vincent van Gogh, but I want to find. Okay, this is where we're hitting little bumps in the road. There we go. So it just took a little bit of time for me to navigate this system, but I was able to locate the Starry Night painting, which is a oil on canvas. But when we see this in person, you can see the little bumps and the crevices and the movement, where right here we're limited. It's just a flat surface and you can't see. Now where'd my picture go? And you can't see the beauty and the swift movements of the lines. Now you can see it because there's color popping, but you can't experience the emotion that is in every stroke of Vincent van Gogh's painting unless you are seeing it in its physical display. So absolutely the online experience versus the physical space of a particular given artwork in a museum is completely different. So as far as accuracy of information, visibility, navigation of online learning, and being able to locate information quickly and efficiently, yes, it is a perfect tool. As far as getting to really experience that one-on-one connection with the work of art itself in person, you're just missing that when you're using online. So I'm definitely an advocate for in-person learning. Thank you and have a very blessed day.